Hey guys, welcome back to Once Over Wrestling. My name is Doc. This is my wife, Kaz. And we are back to do something new. This is the Friday 4, where we are going to talk about our two favorite things, right, between us, which equals 4, and its alliteration. Friday 4. But before we get into that, if you guys could hit the subscribe button, the like button, the notification button to let you know when we upload new videos, and hit the share button. Share it with your friends. I will also put a link to my Twitter in the description, so you could check us out there or check me out there, because we would love to hear from you. We would love to hear your thoughts, what your favorite things are in the WWE, your favorite storylines and wrestlers and all that good stuff. So please do that. So, with all that out of the way, who do you want to go first?
You start.
You want me to start?
Well, yeah. Do you want to do your second favorite, and then I'll do mine, and then
Okay.
you do yours?
All right. So I'm gonna go with the Samoa Joe promo on Roman Reigns. So if you don't know, Samoa Joe showed up on Monday Night Raw. He re-debuted after his foot injury, and he essentially eviscerated Roman Reigns. It was not pretty. But he did it in a way, I mean, there's just something about his voice. It's so...
And his music.
Yeah, his
I
music,
love
his
his
voice.
music.
It's so gravelly and just... He's so good. Like, what a great heel character. He's got so much presence, and I can't wait to see him back in the ring. But yeah, when Roman was out there talking about how he lost to Brock, but eventually he's gonna win.
He's gonna keep fighting him, and
Yeah.
he will win.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess. But then
Maybe.
Samoa Joe's music hit, and it was like, this is what I want. I want Samoa Joe to beat the crap out of Roman Reigns.
This is what makes the whole scenario better.
Here's the problem, though. How much you want to bet Samoa Joe loses to Roman Reigns? Ultimately, at least. That's no fun.
Maybe Roman will just lose to everybody.
Yeah, maybe he goes on a tear and he just loses. But, honestly, I think if you go back and you look at his win-loss record, he actually does lose quite a bit. So, I don't know. All I know is that Samoa Joe is so freaking good. And so when his music hit, I was like, yes, he's back. This is what I want. So, anyways, what was your number 2 favorite thing this week?
My number 2 favorite thing was actually from 205 Live, and it was the Kalisto match.
Wow.
I
That
know.
was a really good match.
It was. I think it's so fun to watch them wrestle.
Yeah.
Kalisto especially, because just there's so many flips and jumps, and he's so bendy and
Yeah.
bouncy, and
Usually when the cruiserweights wrestle, there's a whole lot of
yeah,
because they hit their moves, but it's like, man, there is such a small margin for error. So it's amazing.
yeah, and his finisher, what's it called?
Salida del Sol.
Yeah, the way he lands and he's got his legs like out. I'm like, I can't. You're practically doing the splits.
Yeah.
I
he
can't
is.
do that. I mean, it's just super impressive, and
Yeah, I like the fact that he's doing it. He's kind of a small guy, obviously.
right.
But I like that he does the Salida del Sol from a standing position, because that just makes it feel like he can hit it out of anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter where you're standing or what move, he can counter it with his finisher. And those are my favorite finishers. Now, I know that it's a bit cliche, like the RKO out of nowhere, but there is something to finishers that just connect. I remember Shawn Michaels' super kick was just one of those things that, like, he could be down and out. It could look like he's going to lose, and then all of a sudden he just hits that super kick and it's over and he wins. And so he's turned that Salida del Sol into something where if you're just sleeping on him for a second, he'll flip around and shove the back of your head into the canvas.
Yeah.
So,
So that was my second favorite thing. It's just super fun to watch him wrestle. I
Yeah.
know 205 Live is not like,
yeah.
it's not necessarily the
You know,
big draw, but I really enjoy it.
yeah, honestly, I feel like 205 Live is one of those things that separates the casual WWE fans from like the hardcore WWE fans. You know, I think there is still among the casual WWE fans, there's still the stigma to 205 Live. But those of us who have been watching it for the past, I don't know, probably month and a half, 2 months now, it's like, it's a good show now.
It's a really good show.
Like, there's maybe only 2, maybe 3 matches, but they're darn good matches, and they're really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, rarely do you have one that's kind of ho-hum.
Yeah.
Usually there's just so much high flying.
Yeah.
Which makes it really interesting.
Yeah, like if you look at Raw, Monday Night Raw has this like, you know, there's highs and high highs and low lows. It's very bipolar in that way. But I feel like 205 Live is just an even, you know, like they start off and it's just great wrestling
They
matches
just maintain.
throughout.
Right.
Like every once in a while you get a stinker in there, but I mean, even those, it's such a short show that it's like, oh well, that's what happened.
Doesn't really bring the pancake rating down.
That's right, exactly. So, anyways, yeah, that was a good one. Maybe
right.
I'll change that to my second favorite thing.
Did
I'm stealing your number 2.
You can steal. We can share.
Yeah, all right. So my number 1 favorite thing this week was AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. The mark in me remembers watching AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan when they were wrestling in an armory in front of maybe 100 people. And it was just really cool to see that those two guys come full circle. You know, now they're the main event of SmackDown, and it sort of gives me hope that maybe we see them at WrestleMania. You know, I mean, they're both fan favorites. It could be a really cool match.
If the WWE knows what's good for them, I think they would do that.
Yeah.
But they have proven
Yeah.
time and time again they don't know.
Here's the thing, though. We have the Superstar Shakeup coming up. Who knows? Maybe they're not even on the same brand after
true.
next week. You know, not that they couldn't do that anyways. You know, they find weird ways of getting people together. But, yeah, it was one of those things that when Paige said that it was going to be AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, I was just like, dude, this is crazy. It was sort of the same feeling I had when I saw AJ standing across the ring from Shinsuke at Mania. It was like, this is surreal. This is so weird to see this happening in a WWE ring. So anyways, that was my number 1 favorite thing. And it's one of those things that like, hopefully they continue with that in the future.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed, WWE.
Yeah.
Listen.
So what was your number 1 favorite thing from this week?
Well, my number, it kind of overlaps with that a little bit, was just Shinsuke in general.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see a ton of him
Yeah.
this week, but the little bits we saw, I enjoyed. His backstage segment with Renee.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, rarely do I laugh.
Yeah.
But that was funny when she was pressing him for, why did you do this? Why did you turn on AJ? And he
Yeah.
kind of, he dodged the question a little bit. Then she's like, I want a straight answer. And he says, sorry, no speak English. And that, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then he does come out at the end of the AJ
Yeah, with
Daniel,
the low blow again.
which, I mean, that, I liked that in
Yeah.
that then of course then it means it's a non-finish.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was torn as to who I wanted to win that match.
AJ or Daniel.
AJ or Daniel.
Yeah.
That's a draw. So having him interfere was a good way to.
Yeah. And honestly, like moving forward, I know we have the Superstar Shakeup coming up. But moving forward, having a feud that involves AJ, Shinsuke, and Daniel Bryan, like, that's insane star power.
Yeah.
That dwarfs anything that they're going to do on Raw, of course, unless you have Samoa Joe involved. Right. But, I mean, the biggest belt on Raw involves Brock Lesnar, and who cares? Like,
not me.
He's never there. He's never around. And even when he is around, he puts on, kind of crap matches. So
he's not an interesting character to me at all.
Yeah.
I
just hope that those three guys stay in each other's orbit, or if they do split them up, there's some sort of way that you can bring them back together. Because AJ, Shinsuke, and Daniel Bryan, it just seems like a no-brainer. It's like, I don't know, what's an easy thing to make for dinner? Like, it just seems like something you can't screw up. Spam, exactly. Spam. If you screw up Spam, then you've really screwed up.
You're bad.
Yeah.
At
and that's what I feel like
you're doing.
I mean, you've got AJ, you've got Shinsuke, you've got Daniel. They're all together. We've got a year till the next Mania. Like, you could do so much with those three. You've got the Superstar Shakeup coming up, so you could bring the Good Brothers over to SmackDown and have them with AJ, or Finn could kind of get into the mix with those four, because AJ and Finn were Bullet Club leaders at different times. That could split the Good Brothers. Maybe Carl feels compelled to go with AJ, Luke feels compelled to go with Finn, or the vice versa. There's just so much meat there. You could have the Good Brothers wrestling Daniel Bryan and Shinsuke sort of, week in and week out, kind of building tension and that feud and stuff like that. So
there's a lot of opportunity there.
There really is. They call SmackDown the land of opportunity.
That's right.
Let's hope it stays that way.
I hope so.
You excited for the Superstar Shakeup?
I am. I'm interested to see what they do.
Yeah. Do you think there are going to be more call-ups?
Probably. Maybe.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. Well, it's a shakeup, right?
Yeah.
They got to throw something
Yeah.
in there aside from just the regulars.
Yeah.
That they might be shifting around.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So, anyways, I think that's the Friday 4. Those are our 4 favorite things from this past week's wrestling. Thank you guys for joining us. Again, if you would leave us a comment, tell us what you thought about wrestling. We would love to hear your favorite things that are happening. Maybe we missed something. Maybe there's something, our priorities are all out of whack. And there's something else that we should be focusing on.
It's very likely.
But yeah, we would love to hear that. You could leave a comment on this video, or you could check us out check me out on Twitter and tweet at me there. We will soon have some other avenues for you guys to contact us, through social media and stuff like that. So yeah, again, if you guys could hit the subscribe button, the like button, hit the notification button to let you know when we upload new videos, and hit the share button, share it with your friends. Let people know that there is something new out there in terms of wrestling. So anyways, unless you have anything else,
I do not.
Thanks again, guys. We will see you next week.